So the NASCAR world just loves to make a fool out of me. Last week I suggested that Kaulig Racing could try to use their affiliation with RCR to land Tyler Reddick to drive the 16 car for a year. More than one person in the comments said, "What about AJ Allmendinger?" And I said no. AJ has previously stated that he enjoys racing in the Xfinity Series full-time and doesn't have any desire to go back to the Cup Series. He likes where he is and he enjoys running a part-time schedule in the Cup Series. Well, go figure that a few days later, Allmendinger would be asked directly by Bob Pockrass about the possibility of racing full-time in Cup next year. And he would respond by saying that he hadn't given it any real thought, but he would be willing to go wherever Kaulig Racing needed him most. Obviously, this vague answer lit the rumor mill on fire. Allmendinger has long been thought to be one of the top available drivers for the 16 car, but up until now there was nothing suggesting that this could actually happen. So does it make sense? Well, yes, it does. AJ is a fan favorite who has completely resurrected his career over the last few years in the Xfinity Series, similar to how Elliott Sadler managed to resurrect his career by stepping down to the Xfinity Series. But unlike Sadler, Allmendinger has not only run 18 Cup races in the last 2 years, but he's actually done very well in his part-time Cup schedule. He's scored 3 top 5s and 8 top 10s in 18 races, and of course, he won at the Indy Road Course last year. He's actually finished in the top 10 in 4 of his last 5 starts at the Cup level. He's done all of this while being absolutely dominant in the Xfinity Series, winning the regular season championship for the 2nd year in a row, and he's only finished outside the top 10 3 times in this season's first 26 Xfinity races. So yeah, if Allmendinger wanted to come back to the Cup Series, then I think he would be really competitive and the move would make a lot of sense for everyone involved. I also think that all he has to do is say the word and Matt Kaulig will make the 16 car his full time. But I'm not sold on the idea. Even while answering the same question from Bob Pockrass, Allmendinger stated that he loves the Xfinity Series and is having a lot of fun right now with the way things are. So if that's the case, then why throw a wrench into the situation? Again, I think all AJ has to do is say the word and Matt Kaulig will make it happen for him. But I don't think that Matt Kaulig is gonna come begging. If AJ is so happy and there are other potential options on the table, then why risk ruining a good thing you have going with AJ anchoring your Xfinity program? If I were Matt Kaulig, I would at least be picking up the phone and calling Richard Childress about getting Tyler Reddick for a year. There's so much about the idea of Tyler Reddick driving a 3rd chartered RCR car next year that's unresolved at this point. I still find it extremely confusing that Richard Childress would tell the world that he would acquire a 3rd charter for Reddick before actually having a signed deal, especially when the market price for a charter is said to be north of $20 million. And now suddenly you've laid all of your cards out on the table to the people on the other side of the negotiating table? Kaulig is an RCR affiliate, and a good one at that. Even if Tyler Reddick isn't a long-term solution for Kaulig, having him for a year could raise the team's profile, boost their performance, and put them in a better position to attract bigger name drivers and personnel and sponsors in the future. 1 year with Reddick could really help build a growing program. I would say that Matt Kaulig should at the very least be calling Childress and seeing if this is a possibility. Frankly, this whole Reddick RCR 2311 situation is one giant mess, and Kaulig could be the team that is able to come in and solve everyone's problems. If Reddick or any other driver not named AJ Allmendinger gets put in the 16 car full-time next year, then I think that it's still likely that AJ will at least run the road courses in a 3rd Kaulig car. I know I said that it doesn't make financial sense to run an unchartered car, but I think it would make much more sense for a team like Kaulig to run an unchartered car in 7 or 8 races than it would for a team like RCR to run an unchartered car full-time. So real quick before I get to my final point, I wanted to take a minute to say thank you to everyone who has supported this channel just by watching. I started this at the end of last year really because I needed a hobby that didn't involve me spending a bunch of money, and it has grown in ways that frankly have me in a state of disbelief. The channel is quickly closing in on 1,000 subscribers, and it really wasn't all that long ago that 100 subscribers seemed like a huge deal. Thank you for sticking with me through the ups and downs of learning how to put these videos together and maintain a YouTube channel. It's the support of all of you in the audience that has turned this channel into a very enjoyable part of my life. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And if you're someone who has watched before but hasn't yet subscribed, then if you can help bring the channel to 1,000 subscribers by clicking that button, then I really appreciate it. It's been so much fun watching this channel grow. Okay, to wrap it up, I don't pretend to have any inside knowledge. I have no connections in the NASCAR community. I'm just a guy with thoughts and a laptop. I don't know if Tyler Reddick going to the 16 car is a realistic possibility, but I think it would make sense. The way I see it, there are 3 possibilities for the 16 car next year. It's either going to be AJ Allmendinger full-time, Tyler Reddick full-time, or it will basically remain the same as this year with a rotating cast of drivers. AJ, Daniel Hemrick, and maybe Landon Castle. There really doesn't seem to be any other viable options for a full-time driver in the 16 car other than Allmendinger and Reddick. So I think a rotating cast is still a very realistic possibility. But Kaulig says that they want to have an announcement on October 5th, so I would say we're probably going to know for sure in the next 2 weeks. Anyway, that's what I have for today. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Like, subscribe, and have a great day. Thank you for watching.